Adrian, good to see you here. What have you been up to since you finished the circumnavigation?
Well, the main task after the circumnavigation was then to write about it. One of the big advantages of a single-handed circumnavigation is the fact that you are alone. And if you built that way and you enjoy the solitude and so on, that's great. But it has a big disadvantage, which is that you can't share it, which is a bit of a juxtaposition. And the book was very important for that reason, that it was a way of sharing my experiences with a wider public. So I finished writing the book, in quite an intense effort to get it done. And then after that, I was marketing the book and trying to just chill out a little bit and think about what the next expedition is.
Did you enjoy writing the book?
I did. It was more difficult than I thought. I have written fiction before, and I was used to that discipline. And I thought this would be quite straightforward, because I had my logbooks, which I kept more than just meager information as legally required on a boat. I kept them as a diary, and because I knew that would be the spine of the book. Plus the web pieces that I wrote were very considered and quite frequent. And altogether I had something in the order of 1 million words as a spine. And I had to pare that down, and I thought, well, this would be quite easy, because you just take a scalpel to pare it down to 100,000 words, and then just put a layer of fluid over the top to make it run smooth. But actually I wound up rewriting the whole thing, and it was quite difficult, because there's a lot that happens, as you know, over the course of the expedition. Was 937 days from one end to the other, including the overwinterings, and a lot happens. I met a lot of people, and to get that down to 100,000 words is very difficult. So it was hard, but I think that I managed to do a reasonable job.
And what's happened to the boat, to Barabbas?
Barabbas is, and I'm having an affair with Barabbas, and like all affairs, there's ups and downs. I have to sell her as a financial imperative. I can't afford to keep her, is the bottom line, but I don't want to sell her. At the moment, she's out of the water at Hamble Point Marina, and she is for sale, but she hasn't sold. And of course, in the current economic situation, I think it's pretty unlikely, because the market for that boat is quite small. She is very specialist. And when people who haven't seen the boat ask me to describe her, I say, okay, you go to your local supermarket, and it's full of Mercedes and Fords and BMWs and all that kind of thing. Well, those are your plastic boats. And stuck in the middle of the car park is a ruddy great long-range, long-wheelbase Land Rover with mud all over it, and spades and fuel cans and whatnot stuck on the side. That's my boat. There is a small market for it. So there has been interest, but of course it's not a good time at the moment.
And what about future projects? Got anything in mind?
I have got something in mind, but it's not sailing. I think it's with sailing. My future with sailing is going to be to educate the children, my 2 sons, and do transatlantics with them. For me, I've always been interested in flying, and particularly in microlighting, which, if you like, is sailing in the sky on a wing. And the plan is to microlight the coast of Australia. So I'm working on that, and if that's a go, then it'll be in about 2010, December 2010, January 2011.
Well, it's good to see you at the show. Hope you sell lots of books.
Thank you very much, Steve.